It always amazes me how many people that I see that have got anxiety, and I've often seen several different people about it, usually starting with a GP. Often they're on medication and they've never had fight or flight described to them in any detail. I always think that if you understand what's happening in your body and why you're reacting the way you are, it can help a little in reducing the discomfort that you're experiencing because you understand it. So I thought I would tell you a little bit about what's going on so that you can begin to understand what's happening within your own body and why you're acting and reacting the way that you are, because that sometimes helps. And if that helps you, then I'm really pleased that I've done this. We have instincts within us, just like all other animals. One of the base instincts is to keep ourselves safe. Let's go back to our cavemen days. So when we were cavemen and women, we would go out hunting and gathering, and sometimes we might come across, say, a bear. And in a split second, there is a part of our mind that isn't conscious that makes the decision on whether we feel that we can fight that bear and win and feed ourselves and our family, or whether that bear is a danger to us and we will have to run for our lives because that is more likely to win. In that split second, our brain releases a signal down to our adrenal glands that says release a whole cocktail of hormones, mostly adrenaline, and that starts off the fight or flight. Essentially, what our mind and body is trying to do is give us everything we need to fight for our lives or run for our lives, one or the other. Either way, we're going to use an awful lot of muscle power. For it to do that, we don't need to be worried about whether we're digesting our meal because we don't know we're going to survive it. So it kind of closes down the gastric system a little bit, and it puts all those resources into our muscles where it's needed. So our gastric system, the blood supply to it narrows. So the veins, the arteries within there shrink a little bit. Yeah, they narrow down so that the blood within them can go where it's needed to get the oxygen and the nutrients to our muscles so they can perform at their best. We need the oxygen, so it makes us breathe more. We need to breathe more to get that oxygen in and to our muscles. So that's why sometimes when you feel that you can't breathe when you're anxious, that's why. It's because there's part of your mind, your body that's going, breathe more, breathe more. We need the oxygen to get to our muscles, breathe more. And you're thinking, why do I feel like I can't get enough air? And it isn't that you aren't getting enough air. It's that the message that your lungs is getting is breathe more, you need more. This is going to save your life if you breathe more. So it also ups your blood pressure because it wants to get your blood as fast as it can to the muscles to carry that oxygen, to carry those nutrients. So your heart pumps faster. And that's why sometimes you'll feel your heart pounding. Yeah, those palpitations. That's where that's coming from. The reason you often feel funny in your tummy, whether that's just butterflies in your tummy, whether it's tummy ache, whether it's that you get symptoms of IBS, needing to go to the toilet, that's the whole of your gastric system just going, shutting down because it needs to focus elsewhere. And that can cause all sorts of different upsets. Some people it can cause diarrhea, some people it can cause constipation, it can cause bloating, discomfort, all sorts of things. Everybody can get something a little bit different, so there's no one whole thing, but it will upset your gastric system more often than none. So you've got a whole host of things going on there that is specifically designed for you to run as fast as you can or to fight for your life. But because mostly there isn't a danger there to run from or fight with, all those hormones, all that adrenaline just keeps going around your body. And you're not using it up how it's meant to be used. So it kind of carries on much longer than expected. It takes ages for your body to burn it off because you're not burning them off by running or fighting. So your body has to work at it and it uses a lot of energy to do that. And you feel exhausted. So it can also interrupt your sleep because you have too much adrenaline pumping around your body. It can make you feel really tired because you're constantly having to process all those hormones, and it just becomes a whole, because you don't feel as good when you've not slept as well, you don't feel refreshed, and it kind of has a bit of a negative spiral. So that is why you feel the way that you do when you feel anxious. It is a body's natural reaction. The problem is that something is triggering your mind to think that you are in mortal danger. And that's the thing that we look to undo with hypnotherapy. So I hope you found that helpful. If you have, please let me know. If you've got any other questions about it, again, comment and I will do my best to answer all of your questions. If you want to know whether I can help you using hypnotherapy for anxiety, feel free to book in for a free of charge consultation. There is an upfront booking fee which is refunded to you automatically when you attend for your appointment. And I hope that's helped.